Hello guys, welcome back to one more Drive Club online multiplayer video. We're driving the Lamborghini Aventador in Lytton or Lytton in Canada. I don't know how to properly pronounce the track's name. We got pushed a little bit over to the side of the track and we got penalized for that, but that's all good. It happens. This is a sprint race, so there's not a whole lot of overtaking opportunities. This guy somehow turns into this Ferrari F12 Berlinetta and gets penalized for that as well. I think that was the guy who pushed me over. I cut the corner just slightly and I got penalized again, just along with this Jackie boy in front of me. We make contact with the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. He's somehow trying to turn in on me, or the game is making his car turn itself on me, which can happen quite a lot in this game, and that's one of the aspects of the physics that I'm not particularly fond of. So we're up in first place already. That was quite of a messy beginning of the race, but somehow we got out of that alive, and we are in the lead. And this week, Evolution, the former Evolution Studios, now part of Codemasters, uh, announced a release date for Onrush, their upcoming game, and they released a bunch of new screens, and they make they made the game available for pre-order for PlayStation 4 users. Although I think I'm gonna end up getting that for Xbox One, I'm not entirely sure of that yet. But man, I wasn't excited about this game when they announced. Just as I wasn't excited for Drive Club when they announced it. But the more details that they announced for this game, the more pumped up I get, and I just can't wait for June to come so that I can get my hands on that game and I can bring a lot of videos. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a pretty great game, but I'm trying to to keep my expectation expect oh crap. I'm trying to keep my expectations in check, so I don't get disappointed in case it turns out not to be that great a game. We're still in the lead. I got penalized again, so I think this is the third or fourth time that I get penalized over the course of this race. And this is just the nature of this game. There are tracks that you drive well, there are tracks that you don't drive well. Sometimes you're not in a good day, sometimes you're just overshooting every corner or turning a little bit too early, which is the case here. And you end up getting a lot of penalties as a result, which is a great thing because the game had a system to curb this type of behavior. So that's going to be a really easy first place finish. No surprises here because I'm driving one of the fastest cars that were available to choose on this race. And this Lamborghini is one of the DLC cars that they added in the season pass. So it didn't come with the game. As you can see, most of the other racers are racing the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, which is an awesome car, to be honest. I usually use that a lot. But moving on to the second race in India, Tamil Nadu, we're driving the Audi. I think this is the Audi A1. This is the hot hatch class, and I gotta say that this is one of the classes that I am the weakest at. I'm not really good at that, and it's not because of my car choice. It's just that I'm not good at that, anyways. And we're up in sixth place. We got a position there, so we're up in fifth place. There are a bunch of guys driving the Golf GTI, which is one of the strongest choices in this car category. This is one of the most well-rounded cars in this category. We get edged out wide, so we lost a couple positions as a result. But that's all good. As I said, I'm not that great in this category, so I might be slowing some of these people down, which is why they collided with me. Well, I'm assuming that there's a bit of a mess in there. A lot of cars trying to stick to their lines, but it looks like some sort of pileup. We managed to get up to uh, third place, second place just momentarily, and we are already back in sixth place because these cars are way faster than mine. As I said, the Golf GTI is one of the best cars in this car class. But sometimes I want to shake things up a little bit and I want to drive something different other than the cars that I know that are going to get me competitive edge over most of the other car choices. So this is why I decided to go with the Audi A1 in this race. This is a 3 lap race. There are plenty of overtaking opportunities, as I usually say about these multi lap races, but in this case it's not working to our favor because that means that we have a lot more chances of getting overtaken by the other faster people in this race. So we're up in seventh place. This guy edges me out, and that was clearly a dirty move. That was intentional. There wasn't an accident, and that's really crappy of people who do that with the intention of screwing you up. But that's part of racing after all. That's what some of these people join the races for. So we're down in ninth place. That's just one place above the last one. And I have absolutely no hopes of ever improving my position in this race. But it's nice to try something different at times, anyways. Um, I I thought I had taken this corner better than the Audi in front of me, but I took it just as bad as he did. But somehow I managed to take a little bit faster, so we're up in eighth place. That got us the eighth place. I was paying attention to the guys in front of me, so lost. I kind of missed my breaking point. I know my breaking point around that section, so that wasn't a mistake. I was supposed to be making in that part of the race. We're crossing the line into the last lap. We're in seventh place. Not good. The first place is way ahead. It's completely out of reach. And we're in sixth place. We get up to the fifth place just momentarily. We're just behind. We're right behind this. I don't think this is a Golf GTI though. Well, it looks like it is. Yeah, it's a Golf. It is a Golf GTI. Well, most of the cars in front of me are Golf GTI, so I don't know why I'm surprised there. This guy goes a little bit too wide, but we make contact as he rejoins the track. I quickly check behind for people who might be trying to overtake me. I know there's an arrow that shows the position of the people behind you, but I just want to make sure that um, I wasn't slowing anyone down on a straight line. So I'm trying to tuck into the slipstream of this guy in front of me, and the more I tuck into the slipstream of these people in front of me, the more I have to gain because I don't lose a lot of speed and I can carry on through the race as close as possible. Well, especially when you consider the limitations of the car that I chose, that's about as much as I can do, anyways. And again, I made a mistake over that section and I ended up cutting the corner and getting penalized. But somehow we're gonna end in sixth place, which is not that bad considering that there are way faster people in this race anyway. So that was a very pleasing result, anyways. Moving on to the third and last race, we're back in the Lamborghini Aventador, one of the quickest cars in this category. We're driving in Japan. I don't know the track name, but it doesn't matter. We're driving at night, which is not one of my favorite time of days to be racing. And this is a sprint race. We're starting at the front of the pack. So that's gonna get us a little bit of advantage over the other people because they're gonna be caught up in the whole mass of people trying to get ahead of each other. And while I'm not gonna be wasting any time with that, but there's a guy really close to me, and that's the guy that I need to keep an eye on because he seems to be pretty fast. He loses a little bit of time, so I managed to pull away a little bit, but I make a huge mistake in here, and I'm gonna be sliding back and forth. And somehow I ended up in front of him, so he rammed me off. I'm pretty sure that that wasn't intentional. That was mostly my fault because I was trying to keep my car straightened out, but uh, that didn't work. So we're still pulling away from him a little bit, not that much. He's still within reach to go for an overtake, and he seems to be taking the corners a lot faster than I am. But the fact that my car is really quick is giving me an obvious edge on a straight line. And most of the tracks in this game are straight lines. So quick cars go a long way to giving you an advantage in Driveclub. We're about to get in the tunnel section of the track, and this next corner is really tricky because it's not wide. It seems that it's wide, but it's not. It's narrow, so you need to brake really hard. And as you can see, a lot of people made mistake on the same spot. As I said, that corner is really tricky, and if you don't know your way around the track, it can really catch you off guard really easily. I made a little bit of contact with the guardrail in there, but there wasn't nothing serious. We're just fine. But somehow the people behind me kind of shortened the gap a little bit, and well, I don't think they're gonna be able to overtake me because I'm about to cross the line, and that's gonna be a not so easy first place finish, but a really enjoyable one. And yes, of course, the guy behind me was driving the Mazzanti Evantra, which is a really quick car, but a little bit tricky to drive. The Lamborghini is very planted, it's very easy to drive when you compare it with the Evantra. But anyways, that was a first place finish with a little bit over 3 second gap. That's not too much in this car class anyways. But this was a really fun race. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Driveclub content, share the video with your friends and on your social media. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate the help. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the description down below or in the beginning of the video. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.